provided by the AT&T and Public Library Association. I am Parker Sleppy and I'm in IT at ICTC here. So today we are going to learn about this stuff. So first, what is cybersecurity? And then we'll go into skill building, recognizing a secure website, making passwords strong and memorable, recognizing and avoiding online scams, tips and tricks, and we'll have some practice we gotta do. So let's start. Why do we need to be concerned about safety when we're online? So online you can either do banking stuff, you can, there's a lot, mainly banking, and there's other websites you'll put your information into just so they can know about you. It's very important to make sure that these are legitimate websites, because there's a lot of fraudulent things these days, and it's important to keep that secure. We want our personal information to be kept hidden from others. So it says right there, we share personal information that we don't want to keep private. We don't want people finding that. Yep, fraudsters or just people trying to take your information, that's a word for it. And then, so basically cybersecurity in general is keeping our personal data not allowed to be accessed by others. And we want to make sure that our devices are secure and safe and do not have any malware or bad things on them. So, secure websites. Why do websites need to be secure? So it's very important to make sure when you log onto a website and you put in your information, that's actually legit and it's not like some scam. So, yeah, basically, if you're putting your personal information into any website, you just want to make sure it's secure. So, this is a little picture we have here. You can see the two main things you want to look for on a website to make sure it is secure and safe is that little padlock icon right there and that HTTPS, which basically in general terms it's a secure website if it has the HTTPS and the little padlock icon. Basically you can just look and be like, oh, it's locked, it's secure. That's a very important thing to look for. As you can see, it shows it right there, little check mark. So now we're going to look at websites that you know are not secure. So a lot of websites that either bad emails will have and they send you to a website, it's not going to have HTTPS. As you can see, there's no padlock icon, there's like a little question or a little exclamation mark, like don't go to this website, it's not safe. So that's where you'll see the HTTP, which is unsecure. You don't want to go to any websites on that because you increase the risk of getting malware or viruses, and nobody wants that. See, yeah, we got a little X mark. So now, personal accounts. So personal accounts are basically like an account that's just linked to you. No one else can have it. So what kinds of online accounts have you created? Many people have for banking. It's good to have a secure account that you want to make sure that people aren't going to get into. And why would you create an account on a website? Basically, like I said before, if you just want to, a lot of websites, you can't access multiple things till you sign into it and have an account for them. And that's just a necessity, basically, in today's world. But it's good to make sure the site is secure, so if you put in your information, no one's going to steal it. Yep. Okay, this is continued. You can see all the same things, making sure it's just secure. And like we talked about, when you're putting in your information, like say, we'll create an example, you want to start a new banking app, and you're like, okay, I want to put in my banking information just so I can access it easier without having to drive to the bank. It's very important to look for these little icons here so no one's stealing your information. Good and safe. Yep, you want your account to be secure. So activity 1. So secure websites. Today you're going to use a web browser to browse to a website you might use for shopping, banking, social media, or something else that interests you. If you don't have your own computer, follow along with instructor. Website visited. So an example website could be like Walmart, like one of their websites. And you'll see, when you type in it, if it shows HTTPS and that little lock, you're good. That means the website's secure. And how did you determine the website's secure? That's just where you'll put your information on, oh, I saw the padlock and I saw HTTPS. So strong passwords. In general, a strong password is one that's not easy to guess. You want to make sure that your passwords are tough to guess, but you can also memorize them, but it's not so easy that others can memorize it. So, how do you come up with a strong password? So a strong password, I would say, comes with upper, lowercase, special symbols, and just other, and letters. Those help. And numbers. That's good, because you want to make sure it's not something simple like they just password, because like a lot of hackers, they always try going for the easiest thing first, and they'll look for the password that's the most simple. So how do you make it strong and secure? Basically, have all those special symbols, and there's a lot of password generators online you can use, but sometimes I don't recommend that because they can come up again, someone can hack in. So that's not the safest. So it's always good to make your own. So here's common requirements. So a lot of websites these days, when you plug in your passwords, they'll have like a password must be at least 8 characters and continue at the following: at least 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase letter, and 1 numerical character. This just makes sure that your password is not simple to guess. It's more complicated. And a lot of websites will have like this green line that will tell you, okay, this is strong password, this isn't. But not all of them have that, so it's important to always make sure your passwords are more difficult to guess. Can usually include, yep, those are all those symbols I talked about earlier. Tips for strong passwords. So, this is like not the good things you don't have. Don't use common words like password. We've all seen it like in funny movies. It's like, okay, they put in password, easy to guess. Don't include personal information. So you don't want to tie any of your personal information, like your dog's name, to your passcode. You could add fancy numbers and letters, but you don't want it just to be your dog's name, because that can be easy to guess. Don't use the same password on multiple accounts and sites. Cannot tell you enough. This is very important. A lot of people will have the same password for every single website. And if a hacker gets that one passcode, they're going to be able to get to all your sites you have. So it's good to make sure to have that diversity. You don't want to have the same thing for everything. So if they get into one thing, they can't get into everything else. Okay, don't share with others and keep them private. It's very important to not tell people your passcode. So it's like basically, yeah, just don't tell people your passcode, because then they'll know how to get into your stuff. So this is for strong passcodes. So we want to make sure that the password's always longer. Short passwords can be okay sometimes, but they're not usually secure because it's easier to guess. So as we're see, like they have an example there, ZBE 6K28 and a special symbol. That's not easy to guess. I could not be a hacker and guess that too easily. So use short phrases that are easier to remember. So if it comes down, like you don't want to have to write down, you want to be able to get it quick in your head. Like this one's, cows help make cheese. I won't exactly use it because that can be somewhat easy to guess. But you could add like a special number in there and it would be perfectly fine. So, keeping track of passwords. How do you remember your passwords? So, it's important to maybe keep a notebook, and you can write your passwords in there. Password software, like I talked about before, but you want to make sure, remember the websites we talked about, you want to make sure they're secure, and the password software you're using to hold your passwords is not fraudulent. That's very important. So, a phrase, which I guess some people make like a special phrase, and they're like, oh, I can remember this, I'll make that my passcode. That's always good. Don't leave like a note tab on your computer when you write a passcode, because people can look at that and get into your computer. Always make sure you have it like locked away somewhere that it can't be found as easy. Yep, so there's the notebook. See, store in a safe and secure place. If you write your passwords in a notebook, make sure it's in like a secure place. Yep. And sometimes people won't even write the actual passcode. They'll write things that help them remember the passcode. But yeah. Okay, password software. Go over this for a little bit. So this It's good. Some password softwares will give you phrases or easy things to remember, but it's good to make sure they're secure. This is where we'll start activity 2.
Okay, hi, my name is Chelsea, and this is activity number 2. So, using the password requirements in the sign-up form above, you want to create a strong password that meets the criteria, which is 8 characters and has at least 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, and at least 1 numeric character. So here's like another sheet to fill out. And you want to, again, have like 12 characters, 1 uppercase letter, lowercase, a number, and some special characters as well. And remember, longer passwords are stronger passwords. So cybersecurity involves personal data is not accessible to others, and devices work properly and are free from malware. So some examples of frauds and scams are phishing and social engineering. So phishing is when scammers use fake emails or text messages to fish for information and trick you into sharing personal information. These fake messages can look real but link to fake websites. Now, social engineering is when a fraudster tries to gain your trust by convincing you they are someone they are not to get personal information out of you. So, let's see. So, some tips to recognize some scams are like, have you heard of this person or organization before? Can you tell who the email message is from, and does the email have any mistakes? Are they asking for your personal information? Are they trying to rush you into a quick action, or is it too good to be true? So, like for example, have you heard of this person or organization before? Like for example, AT&T is a pretty popular organization. So, can you tell who it's from? You can't really tell in this email who it's from, so that would be fraud.
At least from the email.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are they asking for your information personally? Does the email have any spelling mistakes? That's a good one that you want to watch out for. It's easy to miss those kind of things, but you always want to read things carefully. Trying to rush you into a quick action as well is another thing, again, that you really want to watch out for. And again, is it too good to be true? And activity number 3.
I'm Aiden Houston, and we'll be going over activity 3. What are 4 things that indicate that this is a scam? Number 1 is your email address. Number 2 would be your grammar errors. Number 3 would be your PDF, your attached image. And then number 4 would be your date and time. Some do's and don'ts to avoid scams. Don't give any personal information. Don't reply or engage with the fraudsters. Don't click on any links or any buttons. Don't download any files or any attachments. Some do's: do be skeptical. Do read emails carefully. Do look up information on your own. Activity number 4. How do you know that this website is secure? Click on the area that shows the website is secure. So number 1 would be HTTPS. That shows that your website would be a secure website, and everything looks legit about the website too. Which of these passwords is most secure? Number 1, password. Number 2, First Maple Street. Number 3, cows help make cheese. And number 4, gibberish. The answer would be number 3. Which is the best option to remember your password? Notebook stored in a safe place, sticky note on computer, use your first and last name. Number 1 would be the correct answer. Notebook stored in a safe place. What are 3 things that indicate that this is a scam? Number 1 would be your date. Number 2 would be who's it from. And then number 3 would be the link in the grammar errors. Another one, what are 3 things that indicate that this is a scam? Obviously your email. Number 2 would be the spelling errors on the name. And then number 3 would be the call to action at the bottom. You received an email telling you that you've won a prize. You think it's a scam. What should you do? Number 1, reply and tell the sender to stop sending email. Number 2, click the link, visit the website to see if it's trustworthy. Number 3, click unsubscribe. And number 4, put it in your spam folder or ignore it. Number 4 would be the correct answer. Any questions before we end or anything that you guys would like to clarify? Congratulations. Today you've learned about cybersecurity, built skills to recognize a secure website, make passwords strong and memorable, recognize and avoid online scams, discovered useful tips to help you stay safe online. Today's training is provided by AT&T and the Public Library Associations. There's our link for more resources in building confidence using technology. Please be sure to scan the QR code below to complete the activity sheet. Thanks for coming.